back, everybody. So today we're going to try Rites of Ramm from 3 Floyds Brewing Company. 5% ABV India Pale Ale is what they're calling this. Obviously lower ABV. Let's go ahead and get the top. I don't know when the last time was I had a bottled beer. Now I do have 2 of them. I'm reviewing another one today, but it's been a little bit. I did pick up one of these. Not sure what the cost was, but usually any 3 Floyds that we get here in Michigan I try and pick up, or I'm in Indiana a little bit, so I'll go ahead and grab them. Yeah, cool can art Ram on there, as you can see. So yeah, hopefully this is a good one. 5%, or is that an IPA? Is it a pale ale? Let's find out. Off-white colored head, pretty much all small bubbles, almost a finger of head. Orange, somewhat hazy in color. You guys are seeing pretty much what I'm seeing in there. Good color, probably some crystal malt in there. Now the thing is, usually you see that in higher ABV beers. So are we going to get more of that caramel in there? Because obviously they're going to have to cut back on the grain bill probably to get a lower ABV. So that color, more caramel malts in there. Let's go ahead and smell. Pine, sweetness, maybe a touch of citrus. What is that? Yeah, a good amount of pine. Almost reminds me of like a West Coast IPA. I almost want to say soap. And that's going way back to my Dead Ringer clones. It's got that soap smell. Yeast, maybe a touch of yeast in there. Grain, a little bit of grain coming through. But yeah, I would say that pine is the biggest smell. Maybe a little bit of sweetness, sweeter pine. Yeah, I would say it's almost all pine. Yeah, a little bit of citrus. I don't smell any fruit, but I don't know what hops they're using in there. So I would say, yeah, bitter citrus pine in there. Smells good. Let's go ahead and taste. Wow, that is light. Holy cow. A light body. You get that citrus pine, maybe a little rind in there, generic rind citrus bitterness. Not very much, but that pine taste is what I get the most of. I almost said sap, like from the sweetness in back. A little residual bitterness creeping up. Wow. I don't know. It seems like the head is getting bigger. Like maybe it's overcarb. Like it just goes down. Like slick down, very light body, gone. And then you get most of the stuff like bitterness. I feel bitterness, or I taste bitterness. It's the body. I think that's a thing that's throwing me off. You think you take a sip of it, and then like the liquid's gone, like crazy. I'm trying to pick up if any like malty character, like light caramel, and I don't. I don't know if that bitterness, that rind bitterness is covering it up, because I think you have to use some kind of crystal malt to get it that color. I don't think that's going to be from the hop oils. It's almost like there's 10 pounds of oats in this. It's so slick. Easy drinking, a little bitterness in there. Is it bad? No. Could you eat it with a hamburger? Like, I'm thinking, like, outside summer drink. I think you're good. The bitterness does seem to build a little bit, but not as much as, like, say, a standard West Coast 6.5 ABV beer. Yeah, you get a little of that citrus rind in there, some pine. Then the bitterness builds in back. Man, if I could stop burping. I think it's overcarbed. I still have bubbles coming up, but this glass is etched. So there's going to be more. Yeah, it just goes down so quick. There is some sweetness. Like more of a sweet, generic citrus rind. Then you get that pine in the back. But then the sweetness like covers that up. Then you get the bitterness. So 4 out of 5 on this one. Let's check Untappd. 4 of my friends have checked it in, 4 out of 5. A little over 3,000 people, 3.74 out of 5. Hoppy, clean, dry, bitter, thin. Dry. I was actually going to say that before I looked at that. I could see a little bit of dryness, not much, but like it should say slippery is what it should say on here. So let's see if anybody said anything. Nice and easy drinking, mild balance. Good biscuity. Grassy pine citrus. I do not get the grassy. I do not like grassy, so I think I would be able to pick that up. Biscuity. Maybe it's coming from the malt. Now that I see that, yes, I could say there's a little biscuit in there. And I think it's right when you first drink it, then right after you swallow. I think, yeah, there is a touch. But it seems like that bitterness pine is growing in there. But yeah, definitely one to pick up and try if you're into beers like this. If you enjoyed this, check some more out over here. And until next time, cheers.